fine.
Whatever I think.
You're delusional.
14. I hope I know how to do this. Here we go. Alex goes online to get prints of his pictures from his recent trip to California. The prints cost 15 cents each. There is a $5 shipping cost. He can spend no more than $18 on the prints. Define your variable. What is unknown here?
How many prints?
Okay, so what do we want to call that? P for Prince. Have I told you that Prince was one of my favorite artists of all time?
Sing a song right now.
Purple
That's the only song
rain,
you know.
Right, that's the
purple rain. No, Little Red Corvette.
Okay.
Diamonds and Pearls.
I just listened to that.
I Would Die for You. Crazy. Is there a Crazy? Off the Purple Rain. Sorry. All right, here we go. P is number of prints. I have been to the, what was that called in Minnesota? Paisley Park. I went to Paisley Park too. Pretty cool. Write an inequality that describes the restrictions on the number of prints he can afford to order. It is an inequality. Inequality. So, what do we know? We know the prints cost 15 cents each, and there is a $5 shipping cost. He can spend no more than $18. So, Thomas, talk to me about this. If you were to write down in words what's going on, what would you write? Talking about spending money, right? Is there a total amount?
Yeah.
Okay, so the total we're going to put over here. I always like putting the total at the end, right? What else? Cost of the prints. Every time I hear prints, I'm like, prints.
And shipping.
And the shipping. And what is happening in between each of these things? Is there anything else we need to write down, word-wise?
No.
So the cost, shipping, total. What kind of math symbols would I put in between these words? Okay, so the equal sign goes here. Cost of prints and shipping. What would I do with those costs? Plus, yeah. So what is the cost of the prints? How do I find the cost of the prints? I know they're 15 cents each. How much is 15 cents times 1? Why don't I just say that? What is the cost of one print? 15 cents? Yeah. Cost of 2 prints? 30 cents. So what is the cost of P number of prints? You want some help?
Yeah.
Chris, you want to help him? Yeah, 0.15 times P. It's 15 cents times the number of prints. Yes. Plus, do we have a shipping cost?
Yes.
$5. And, oops, it is an inequality. What kind of inequality am I going to write? That is a $5 shipping cost. Which one? Greater than. So my costs have to be greater than the $18 that I'm going to spend? Has to be less than. If you only have $18, you can't, as far as I know, they don't let you buy more than what you could pay for. Darn it, right? So less than or equal to, and what's my total? 18, what? Dollars. Oh, dollars. I always thought you said something times X. I was like, X? There's no X in there. Okay, so there's my inequality. What is the maximum number of photos he can purchase? Well, this is where you would do the work. Plus 5 is less than or equal to 18. How would I start to solve this? Subtract 5. Subtract 5. 0.15 times P is less than or equal to 13. Divide by 0.15. Divide by 0.15. Is that a negative? Do I need to flip the sign? Do I? It's not a negative. It's just a decimal. And I don't know. What is 13? Okay, married couple. Gosh, quit. Oh, no. What is P? P is less than or equal to, I don't know what 13 divided by 1500. 86.6 repeating. So what is the maximum number of photos that he can purchase? If P has to be less than or equal that amount. 86. The maximum he can purchase is 86 photos or pictures. Okay. Next question.
Can we do 13?
13. Okay. A little quicker. Take a picture.
That one dinosaur when it 13B. All right, before we do 13B, we probably should do A. Sydney read the following story problem, wrote an incorrect equation to represent the situation. 5 siblings baked B number of brownies together this weekend. They threw away 15 burned brownies. Okay, unless they're really, really, really bad, which I can't believe, keep those, right?
Yeah, unless it's a charcoal.
Unless, it's a charcoal briquette, keep. Anyway, 15 burned brownies, split the rest evenly. Each taking home 5 brownies. How many brownies did they bake? What information from the word problem did Sydney forget to include in their equation?
That they split the rest evenly.
Yes, the siblings split the brownies evenly amongst the good ones that were left. Split the brownies evenly amongst themselves. Okay? What should the equation look like?
Minus 15, that's all I got.
B minus 15. B is the number of brownies they made minus the 15 that were burnt, that they got rid of. And the other thing we know, there are 5 siblings and they each took home 5 brownies.
Divided by 5 goes somewhere in the equation.
Does 5 divided by 5 go somewhere in this equation?
I would say you get that and then put it over 5.
Why would I put this over 5, Mr. Powell?
Because that's what's on top. Is how many brownies.
Number of brownies they made total minus the 15 that were burnt.
Yeah, so that's how many they have that they're gonna eat. And
Right.
Divided it by 5.
Yeah, they are dividing that number of brownies amongst the 5 of them, right? So divided by 5, and then how many did each of them take? So where would that go? Bless you. The and? Chris? The number of brownies they have is B. Number of brownies they had to begin with. Huh? We're not solving. We don't need to solve. We just need to come up with an equation. So the number of brownies they made minus the 15 that they burnt, all of those brownies that they have, we divided those into 5 groups. So each sibling could take home, right? So where does that last 5 go? There you go. That's it. There is your equation. It does not say that we need to solve, so you don't have to solve for this one. Okay? You're welcome. Other questions? Yes. 12. Were you here? Did you look in the book? Were you here on the day when we did, what was that? Was it basketball too? Basketball on that one? What page is that? Who's got that page open? You might not have been here.
Oh, it's 51.
Page 51? So let's talk about this. Jordan Michaels playing against his brother Kobe. Jordan has won 10 out of the last 16 games. How many games does he need to win in a row to have an 80% win record? Were you here on that day? So, what we know is that he's won 10 out of 16, and that was what percent? 60 something? 63%. How many games does he need to win in a row to have 80%? What we need to remember is that this 10 is the number of winning games, and the 16 is the total games. He is going to win in a row all the next number of games that he plays to get to an 80%, and then we would stop there. So, do we know how many games that is? No. Ladies and gentlemen, you might not be paying attention, but I don't really approve of your talking while I'm talking, especially when I'm teaching. So, x is equal to, yes. Do you have a card already? When does this class end? Actually, I can't let you go the last 10 minutes. I know. X is equal to the number of games won. Additional games won, okay? So how am I going to represent the number of winning games of this new amount? Yes, 10 plus X, because he won the 10. He's going to win X number more. He won 16, and all of those X number of games that he added, he is also going to be adding to his total. We want to end up with an 80% winning rate, and that I need to change into a decimal, which is going to be 0.8. So wherever this is, it's just 2 places to the left. How would I start to solve this? Yes. When you have your variable here in the denominator, you want to move it out of the denominator. So multiply both sides by that amount. 16 plus X over 1. Over on the left, they're going to simplify out. I'm running out of space. So I have 10 plus X is equal to, and here you're going to have to distribute that 0.8. Very important. I had one student that did not do that, and that's why they were coming up with the wrong answer. So 0.8 times 16, I think is 12.5. 12.8, thank you. Plus 0.8 times X. Whenever you have this situation, you're trying to get your X's to one side, your numbers to the other. So this is the smaller of the two. I'm going to subtract 0.8X. Subtract 0.8X. This is a 1 in front, even though there's no 1 there. So 10 is equal to No. Is that right? 10 plus, right? 10 plus 0.2x is equal to 12.8.
Subtract 10, subtract 10. So 0.2x is equal to 2.8. Divide by 0.2, divide by 0.2. X is equal to 14. How many games does he need to win in a row? So it is X is equal to the 14 games. He has to win the next 14 games to have an 80% winning record. And you would do the same thing with the same setup down here, only setting it equal to 0.95, correct? So this would still be 10 plus x and 16 plus x. And you would solve in a very similar way. Questions on that? I'm not going to work that one out because I think you can do that on your own. What other questions do I need to hit or highlight? Chris? 10. Yeah. Let's see. I must have done this in the other class. So what I first said, if you look over here on the far left, do you want me to erase it all and go through it? Okay. What you need to do is try to simplify these problems all the way down. Your answer is going to be an always answer if after you simplify and work it down, if you get 3 equals 3. That's always going to be true. If you get x plus 2 equals x plus 2, that's always going to be true. If you end up getting something like 3 equals 2, that is not true. Never will be true. Okay? If you get a variable equal to a number, then yes, that is sometimes true. It's true when that number is equal to that variable, but it's not always true for any value. For letter A, I distributed on the left, I distributed on the right, and I ended up with 8x plus 24 equals 8x plus 24. That's like the always. So that one is always true. Letter B, you're going to get x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals x squared plus 16. You subtract, you get 8x equals 0. Divide by 8. X is equal to 0. Question? For what? 11. I will try to upload answers later. Yes. I'm sorry? 15. Fifteen is solving for a particular variable. You need to undo whatever is up there. First problem, you're solving for t. They're all being multiplied, so you want to divide. Pass? Better do more than pass. Huh? When are grades due? Did you get a picture of this yet? Okay. So remember, this is all about equations. This test is about equations. Miss Didi, how should I study for this? You need to look through your workbook, look over some of those problems, look over the problems that you have on the review. Okay? That's going to be the best way to review for this test. Okay? All right.